All right, as promised, here with victorious DC Everest Evergreens coach Oliver Drake. Coach, I want to go right to the end game.
This game's such a momentum game, and when it gets flipped like that, I think that really, truly, that's the time where you really see who you are. And I really, really liked our response. We have some veteran guys out there, and we're also obviously missing a huge piece of our team too tonight, and that showed at times. But I thought the other guys really picked their deal up, and the responses tonight were really, really good anytime Superior made a run.
Final 53 seconds, Xavier Edwards, 2 free throws. Casey Studeman made layup, and Cade Felch steal. Those guys really showed through at the end.
Yeah, and those are 3 veteran players that we're going to need them to continue to do that. I think all 3 of them have been in these types of games, have been in big games, they know what it takes when you get to that point. And it's not making plays, it's just being solid and sound with the principles that we teach. And they did that down the stretch, and it paid out in a big way.
First half, Cade had 5 3-pointers. They changed defense to a box and one. He didn't score after that, but just tell us what was your reaction, and how did you feel your team was able to adjust to that, somewhat taking Cade out of it?
Well, it was great. I mean, think how many different defensive looks we got to work against tonight. We got full court look, we got half court zone look, we got traps, we got gimmick defense look, we got a little bit of man-to-man look. So, I mean, what an awesome way to start off the year and to find a result through playing all that. Different defense, changing up defense certainly works in the high school game and certainly works early in the season. I think if we were a little more seasoned, we could have chewed some of that up a little bit more, but you got to tip your cap to Superior, too. They made some plays and did some different things. But if somebody would have told me they would be in a box and one or diamond and one on Cade and let Xavier and Casey just run free all game, I would have really liked our chances. Now, it didn't play out the way I would have envisioned it playing out with that, but that's okay. It's just all about continuing to get better and continuing to grow together.
29 points for Calvin Anderson. So I know as a coach, you're always looking for things to improve on. He's a tough handle. He's going to be a tough handle the whole season for the other side. But other than Calvin, what did you like out of your defense here tonight?
Well, I liked when we had to get stops, we found a way to get them. That's a lot of defense, is just staying in the fight. I don't remember exactly what we gave up, but I think it was 50-some. So to a team that's got some pretty good firepower back, and Anderson certainly showed that. And the other thing is, we want to challenge our guys as a team to guard those guys in man-to-man, to get better. When you get a chance to take on a really good player like Calvin Anderson is, who can just rise up, hit fadeaways, hit one-footed fadeaways, hit threes off the bounce, hit threes off screening action, and then can get downhill and will dunk it on you. What a great opportunity to get better, guarding a guy who can score in all 3 phases. So he got a lot on us, but at the end of the day, we came out with the result that we wanted to get.
Cade had his 15. I mentioned Xavier from the free throw line, especially making good on his free throws. Casey's layup. Vander with 17 points, and then Sam Dasso had 3 points in the first half, and really was a totally different player, at least offensively, in that second half with 18.
Yeah, and I'm not sure what Anderson had at the half, talking about Sam Dasso.
22.
So and he finished with what, did you say?
28.
So Sam was guarding him the whole second half. So,
okay.
You couple Sam's defense and his willingness to take on that challenge to then, he can shoot it and he can get downhill. He's slippery. Vander Truex is just kind of coming into his own as a sophomore. I thought he did some really, really nice things. And I think that the best part about this is we got a result doing some things well, and we got a result doing some things that are under our control that we absolutely have to clean up. So these are the best ways to learn. Learn from ugly. Learn from ugly wins. Don't wait for the ugly loss. And we'll have a lot of teachable film from this. And just really, really proud of our guys finding a way to get it done.
Yeah, 62-56. You'd asked about that a moment ago on the Felch steal. It ended with the fist pump from you. Obviously, you are invested in this team 100%, and that shows through in every single way. So looking down the corridor here, we got the Wausau East Lumberjacks coming in. Eau Claire North Huskies. You're going to stay for a little while. You told me. What are you looking for? What does a coach look at when they're watching a basketball game like this is going to be?
Well, the first thing I got to look for is I got to find the pizzas to get our pizzas to our guys. Pizzas always taste better after a win. So
yeah,
that's
doubt.
My first
no
job
doubt.
is to find the pizzas in the lobby. But, it's always good to get live eyes. Film tells you a lot. But when you get live eyes on a team when you're playing them 24 hours later, that's a really valuable opportunity. So we're definitely going to stay here enjoy some pizza. It always tastes better after a W. And check out both these teams. That obviously we got East in our league, who's outstanding. Eau Claire North returns a really, really good nucleus of guys. So both these teams are really good teams and should be a really fun game to watch.
Yep, of course, you'll take on Eau Claire North tomorrow, so you get that scouting. You got the pizza coming up, which is good. I like the eyes on it, right? Because sometimes you got a middle schooler doing the filming, and the camera's sitting over there somewhere. So I hear you there, Coach.
Absolutely.
Oh, well, thanks for stopping by. It was a great game for me to watch. I know you'll watch back the film, and you'll probably enjoy it maybe in a different way then, too. So we'll let you off the seat from there. Best of luck tomorrow.
Thanks, Jason. Appreciate you guys.
All right, there it is. DC Everest Evergreens head coach Oliver Drake, as we'll turn back courtside now and get ready. The Lumberjacks, I said, are in the corridor. We've got still 30 minutes to tip, so you get this great view of the basketball floor while we wait for tip-off coming up in just 30 minutes here on Zaleski Sports. All right, good evening. Welcome back to Eau Claire North High School. This is the Doghouse, the home gym of the Huskies, and the Huskies are on the floor as they are getting ready to take on the Wausau East Lumberjacks. Game one here for these two. Man, we had a dandy in the first one, didn't we? 62-56. DC Everest with the win, so the Evergreens will start filtering back into the gym. They'll take on Eau Claire North tomorrow at this time, at around 7 o'clock on the tip. And, of course, Wausau East they'll see twice in conference this year, so an interesting situation and timing for the Evergreens. Come in and scout tomorrow's team and then scout your conference opponent, who you'll play a couple times, who the Lumberjacks figure to be a good team here in 2024. They finished third last year, made it to a sectional semifinal, and have loaded up and are ready to go again. Eau Claire North, first-year head coach. So we'll talk about those things during the game. And I had a chance, let's see here, a couple days ago to talk with Wausau East Lumberjacks head coach Dan Garrett. Here's that talk now. Welcome to Coach on the Couch. I'm your host, Jason Zaleski, visiting today with Wausau East Lumberjacks boys basketball coach Dan Garrett. Coach, let's first put a bow on last year. You had 5 seniors on the team last year. Just talk about the impact and the joy it was to have those guys around.
Yeah, those seniors really set the table and set the stage for what's happening now. Isaac Roswadowski and Caden Worth were on the varsity as freshmen. So they played for 4 years under me and really kind of helped set the foundation for where we are today. So, those guys, the success that we had last year was 100% because those seniors were leaders and ready to step in and help us get to where we wanted to.
You had what I thought was a very successful season last year, a regional final championship, which hadn't happened around here in quite a while. Mm-hmm. As the season went on, we here at Zaleski Sports, we had you as a ranked team. People across state couldn't believe that. And they would call me. I said, no, guys, you got to watch these guys play. These guys are good. And the ranking, I think, showed out. And the regional final championship, what are one or two of the memories that you had as the coach of this team from a successful season a year ago?
Yeah, definitely the regional championship and watching those kids walk up the ladder and cut the net. That's something we practiced that week. So we practiced doing that, pretending we were going to cut the net and those types of things. So to actually have it, come to fruition was awesome. So that's a memory. And then, honestly, there was a loss that we had in early February. We had just, we almost beat Marshfield, and then we went down, I think, the Madison Memorial, and we played well enough to win, but we didn't finish the game. And, it could have been a turning point for us, or we could have, been out of the first round of the playoffs, I thought, or we could have turned it into what we did. And I think we took that loss and really turned that into, what you saw at the end of the season there.
Yeah, my favorite moment, I think it was at home against Stevens Point. You had a guy walking in the locker room with a bloody nose and broken nose, maybe it turned out, and all kinds of stuff. So it was a real fun group for us last year.
About that win. There were so many highlights, but they were awesome too. And we had beat them in 12 years, so that was awesome.
Yeah, it was a big deal, and your team was a great follow last year. We think they're going to be again this year. As a matter of fact, we think so highly of your program, and on the girls' side, that you're now part of our basketball series called All Access, where people get behind the scenes, and we're looking forward to that. I know there'll be some filming all year round, and people enjoy those shows as well. So let's talk about this year then a little bit, and let's start with the returning seniors that you have this year and what that group is going to do.
Yeah, everybody knows Jaden, Jesse, and Charlie. They know those guys, and they know the type of players they are. So we're obviously really expecting those guys to lead us, whether it be at scoring or leadership off the court or, with their voices and things like that. But I think what people are going to be surprised with this year is that we have some guys that maybe didn't see a ton of time last year, or that maybe played some JV last year, that are really going to contribute this year, and they're ready to contribute, and they had a really good summer. So we're excited. I'm mostly excited for everybody to see those guys. I think what you're going to get from Jesse. What you're going to get from Jaden. What you're going to get from Charlie. Those guys have been around forever. It's going to be those other guys that I think that's going to surprise some people, and I'm excited for everybody to see it.
Tell us a little bit. You mentioned Jaden, so father, son, coach, and player. what that's like coaching. You got to kind of sometimes, I think, walk a fine line between that and because it can easily slip away. Guys can easily, claim things about the relationship. So tell us about that dynamic on your team.
I think, as a dad, I think we do as a son and a father. I think we do a good job of separating it. When we're at school, he calls me coach, and when we're at home and we get in the car, it's dad. And I don't bring it. I don't bring it in the car when we're riding at home together. We talk. I talk to him as his dad. Hey, these are things that I see as your dad, not as your coach. So we kind of set that stage really early, in his life. So I think it's easy for us to have a relationship like that now where we can separate it. When we're at home, and we're at school, we're working. So it's awesome to coach your son. I mean, some people can't do it. It's hard. It's not easy, but it's awesome. And to see him, kind of go through these moments and kind of be a part of those moments too, has been pretty awesome. And I'm trying to, as a senior, I'm trying to enjoy it a little bit more this year, maybe than I've enjoyed it in years past. I've kind of let it pass me by, and now this year I'm like, I really want to take in some of these moments. So I'm staying after practice a little bit late and helping shoot a little bit more and those types of things. So
let's talk about the Wisconsin Valley Conference just a bit. Third place finish from a year ago that made you the top Division II team in your league. So tell us about that. What it's like, kind of sometimes playing among the trees there, and how those other teams get you ready for things like the postseason.
Playing in this conference is awesome. If you want to be prepared for the playoffs, because I think every coach says this: there is no off night. In the Valley Conference, there really is no off night. Even the team that finishes last could beat the team that finishes first. I truly believe that in this conference, and that was last year, and I think this year even more so than last year. I think that it's going to be super competitive. You're going to see teams, from the bottom that may beat a team, up top once or whatever it might be, or at least compete really hard. You're not going to see a whole lot of blowouts, I think, in this conference. So, I think it prepares us for the playoffs. Not that we play lesser opponents, because we don't. We play, really solid opponents in the playoffs as well. But I think it helps us with the intensity that every night you have to bring every night in the Valley Conference.
Let's talk about some season goals in the conference. And as we start here, we have Marshfield ranked as the #1 Division I team in the state. Stevens Point also in the top 15. How do you go about setting the goals for the conference, even maybe a conference championship?
Yeah, I think this year and last year, we said we want to try to win a conference championship. So that's our goal. Whether someone's ranked ahead of us or not is not our concern. We only control what we control. We can control how hard we play or how hard we don't play. So we're not necessarily worried about the other teams. We're worried about ourselves right now. And early in the year, we just want to get better. And then once we get into conference play, we know that's at a different level, and we'll take those games that way. But we're looking to compete for a conference title just like we did a year ago.
As the season progresses, things get thick and thin. What's the one thing? What's the hallmark of this team that when you need to go to it, this is what we're going to do? Well,
I think, obviously offensively, we have some guys offensively that we can go to in crunch time, like a Jesse or Jaden or Charlie inside. But I think this team is going to be a good defensive team. We focused a lot on it the last couple of years, and that helped us win some games last year. When we beat a Stevens Point, you got to stop those teams. When you're in games in Marshfield, you got to get stops, right? So I think we learned the value of that a year ago, and I think learning that the value of that a year ago is really going to help us this year. So that's really been a big focus, and I think what you're going to see is us getting stops when we need to get stops.
I'm going to ask you for another name, and I appreciate you've said some names already, because that's a danger zone for me and you. We say some names and we leave some out, and those are the ones that contact us to say, why don't you say my name? Who's maybe one guy that a lot of folks haven't heard of, but you think maybe has got some upside, some potential here this year that we're going to hear about?
Well, I'm going to name a couple guys, right? I know you said one, but I'll name a couple. But Teddy Schlenwine is a kid that, didn't play a ton for us last year. He got some spot minutes at varsity wise, but he's going to be a kid that I think is going to surprise some people. He's about 6'4", 6'5", very long. He can shoot the basketball. He can drive the basketball. He's a guy that's going to help us spread the floor. And then we got a junior coming in, Robbie Anguli. And Julie. Robbie and Julie is his name. Robbie's about 6'6", and he played JV for us last year. Didn't play a ton of varsity minutes, and a kid that works his tail off and is ready to contribute on the varsity level. So, the cool thing about I think what our starting lineup will look like is we don't have guys under 6 foot. Our lineup is 6 foot and up. So I think we're going to be able to compete with some of those teams, as you mentioned at the top, that are mentioned in preseason at the top. Because of that.
Coach, let's talk about, say the first 5 games of the year, roughly about 20% of the season is out of the way by that point. Regardless, that you might be 5-0, you might be something else. How will folks, around your neighborhood and who are watching your team play know that things are going according to plan?
I think early in the year, because we're kind of getting some guys' feet wet. We may take a loss or two. We're not looking at hanging our hats on trying to start 7-0 or trying to start 5-0. We're trying to get better, and we're trying to compete. And I think we're going to be able to compete. I think when people are going to see us, they're going to say, hey, they're moving the ball in transition. They're scoring in transition. They're turning people over with their pressure. I think Wausau East is playing well right now. I think that's what they're going to say, at that point.
Talking to Wausau East Lumberjacks boys basketball coach Dan Garrett. We can wrap up with this. I'll leave you with the last word too if you want it. But last one for me, Coach, is just the community support, and it's such a big deal. The kids are the ones that are putting in the work, and you and the coaching staff, no doubt. But the people in the gym can have an impact. So let's remind those folks about coming out to support your basketball team this year.
Yeah, we're going to be exciting to watch. I was stayed after practice a little bit with the guys today, and there was some alley-oop dunking going on and that type of stuff. And everybody that knows me knows I like to play fast. I like to score a lot of points. So we're going to be an exciting team to watch. And you're going to be pleasantly surprised with some of the guys you see outside of the 3 that you already know.
Coach Dan Garrett and his Wausau East Lumberjacks, best of luck this season.
I appreciate it.
Are you tired of being a boring old tree, bird, or mythical war hero? Find the right job for you at Express Employment. Stop today and discuss positions that fit your abilities and qualifications, leading you to the perfect job. Always local, always strategically selected to match your skill set with local employers. There's a perfect job out there. Let Express Employment professionals help you find it. In Wausau, Stevens Point, Medford, and Marshfield. Find jobs and apply online at expresspros.com. All right, there he was, Coach Dan Garrett of the Wausau East Lumberjacks. Those of you looking to watch that again, that you can watch that anytime you want on replay on this YouTube channel or on Facebook at Zaleski Sports or Zaleski Sports Wausau. We get a little bit closer here to the tip. I think we're going to have some starting lineups here for this one, maybe even a national anthem. They couldn't get the microphone going for the first boys game. Technical difficulties, but no problem here. All right, we'll send it courtside for today's starting lineups.
Number 1, 6-foot senior, Jaden Garrett. Number 3, 6'3" senior, Jesse McDezick. Number 11, 6'6" junior, Robbie and Julie. Number 22, 6'3" senior, Teddy Schwindwein. At number 35, 6'6" senior, Charlie Haley. And now here are the starters for your Eau Claire North Huskies. At guard number 2, 6-foot junior Tyler Barrows. At forward, number 3, 6'4" senior Messiah Lemke. At forward, number 11, 6'1" junior, Zach Shipman. At guard, number 14, 6'1" senior, Elliot Besson. And at guard, number 15, 6'1" senior, Aaron Bust.
All right, and that'll bring our Auto Select pregame show to a close here for this one. Today's pregame brought to you by Auto Select in Schofield Avenue in Weston. Has been providing dependable vehicle repair, service, and tires for 22 years. A 3-year nationwide warranty, free roadside assistance at Auto Select. You're good to go. That's Auto Select on Schofield Avenue in Weston. It's the Wausau East Lumberjacks, game number 1 of the season. The Eau Claire North Huskies, game number 2. North got the best of Wisconsin Rapids here on Tuesday. And so 1 game under their belt. You wonder what kind of impact that may have. You've kind of been through some of the timeouts and the changes and the sets and playing in front of a live audience, all those kind of things. That all matters. Stolen away. Here come the Huskies. Fast break on the steal and the bucket from Shippy, Zach Shipman. And there you go. So game number 2 already for the Huskies. And you get each game you play, you just get a little more rounded into shape as Nap Gezik's shot off target. And here are the Lumberjacks slow getting back on defense. And Messiah Lemke on the finish. Yeah, there's just that difference between practice and game speed. Every former student athlete knows. It's just a different, it's a mentality, it's a physical ability, it's an awareness. As Kaylee gets the rebound, back up strong goes Charlie Kaylee. Miss, here come the Huskies. We're going to push. And off of Wausau East, they're going to say that went off of Schlinwine rather than Elliot Besson. Close. He had 2 sets of feet down there. They went off of somebody. And it comes to Lemke. Huskies will set up in the half court. But everybody, those first, you heard me talk to Coach Garrett, those first 6 games, that first 20% or so of the season, that's when you learn what kind of team you have. Here's a shot from Besson that comes up short. We're going to get a loose ball foul on Lemke. But that first 20% of the season is where you find out about your team. Do we have it or not? And when you don't have it, the season, from a coaching perspective, trends one way. You start maybe some lineup changes and getting some guys minutes because a couple of these guys won't be here next year. Let's start to work on that a little bit. And we're going to get a foul, back-to-back fouls now on Lemke. He's got 2. And we're going to get free throws for Nap Gezik. So Nap Gezik to the free throw line on the second foul by Lemke. And first-year coach Logan Horn's going to have a decision to make here on his starter Lemke. And the decision is out. So Lemke will come out. Jack Strabel will come in. But when your team is, you think, okay, after those first 6 games, there's 24 in the season, that first 20, 25% of the year, I think maybe we have something here. Well, then your season starts pointing a different direction, and you're really sorting out the wheat from the chaff, right? And making sure that your best players are the ones that are getting minutes, and we're going to give ourselves the best chance here to win a bunch of games, and next year's going to have to wait till next year. Here's Garrett from the corner, now working in. Floater for Jaden Garrett is good. Got that to settle in nicely off the heel of the rim. So all that to be said, Eau Claire North with 1 game, Wausau East with none. We are nowhere near those decisions. We're going to spend the next 5 to 7 games figuring out what kind of team do we have. We have a team that's going to be competitive, or do we have a team we're going to get ready for next year? Shot off, rebound pulled down by Schlinwine. Garrett quickly down to Casey. Casey out of position here a little bit, but he'll work his way in, and Kaylee wasn't able to hit, so the putback is there. So Charlie Kaylee working hard, gets the bucket. Huskies again in transition quickly. 3 is good for Tyler Barrows. So Barrows drills the 3. Huskies lead by 2 early here in this one. Again, DC Everest, 62-56 winners over Superior. As Napgezik rises. Timber for Jesse Napgezik. Huskies will retain. Coach Logan Horn down there helping the official out, and now he's going to get out of the way of the official. For all your personal business, auto, and life insurance needs, there's always a local agent you can look to at Axis Insurance. Axis Insurance Agency, their business revolves around you. Learn more at axisinsurance.net. And down low with it, easy underneath for Strabel. 6'6" Strabel coming off the bench for the foul-ridden Messiah Lemke. He's got 2 fouls in these opening minutes. So he'll ride the bench there for a while. Napgezik takes a look into the North student section. Letting him know he's here. I think your points do the talking for you, young man. In the corner, back comes Barrows, other side, and hit it. And he's got his palms to the sky saying, I don't know, man, I don't know. I'm just out here shooting threes. They fall. With or without my permission. I don't know. 2-point Huskies lead. Garrett off front iron. No good. We're going to get a foul on the loose ball from Jed Vandersanden. First Lumberjacks foul today. Taking a break is Zach Shipman. Here are the Huskies, and got excited, did Strabel. Wanted to get to that rim as soon as possible. Mind over matter, my friend. Just over 5 minutes, or not even quite 5 minutes off the first half clock. Napgezik up top with it. Schlinwine gets it back. Now on the drive, Schlinwine, right hand. It was well defended by Besson. So here come the Huskies up by 2. Again, early stages. Gavin Wise, 24 in white in the game. And over it comes to Wise. Wise, nice first move and leaves it off. And Strabel not able to make good on the pass. Here's Garrett. Pull up. 3 is too strong. Rebound brought down by Wise. Huskies want to get down the floor. Besson probing, leaves it. Here's Burrows. Got another one. Tyler Burrows, 3 3-pointers. Here in the dog pound. Schlinwine takes a look around. Now inside to Vandensanden. He'll bring it back out for Garrett. It's Cayley. Top of the key. Now works in. 3 on the way from Schlinwine. Timber. Teddy Schlinwine. First points of 2024. And again, in the first game, you get a lot of these firsts out of the way. Here's Besson to the rack. And to the free throw line goes Elliot Besson for a pair. J&D Two Benders was founded in 1968 and has stayed in the Felch family ever since. Find and join the J&D Tube Bending team in the Schofield Industrial Park or at jdtubebending.com. Isaac West on the floor, 23 in white for the first time here today. And he hits them both. So Besson good from the free throw line. Ball out of bounds, last touched by the Huskies. And in comes Robbie and Julie. 11 in red. Mutual of Wausau Insurance, protecting homes, farms, and businesses since 1875. Visit mutualofwausau.com to find an agent near you. Kaylee, far away from the rim, now goes to a more familiar place. Backhanded layup is no good. I'm not saying Charlie can't hit from out there. But he's more comfortable on the interior of the offense. And it's going to be Elliot Besson back to the line for a pair, as he is fouled by Kaylee on the way in. TRW Auto Body in Mosinee offers top quality collision repair. They'll have your vehicle back the way it was, quickly and efficiently, while also offering 24-hour towing and courtesy loaner vehicles and a lifetime warranty on their work. That's TRW Auto Body in Mosinee, your friendly fender bender mender. Besson now 3 of 4 from the line. He's got 3. Huskies lead by 5. The shot in the lane comes up empty for the Lumberjacks. Attempted by... And offensive foul. They're going to wave this off, I think. Isaac West to the rack. But the offensive foul is going to be good news for the Lumberjacks. I'm going to need some help from the folks back at home here, so pay attention. Pay attention. I need some roster help. I need 21 in red. Who's got 21 in red for me? Unfortunately, they didn't have a roster for us here in the gym, just a design layout malfunction. Hopefully they'll have them for us tomorrow. But, I had all of them except 21 red. I thought I had them all, but 21 red. Anybody on a mobile device, hit that up in the chat box for me. I want to be able to say all the names. Kaylee with the offensive rebound. Into Garrett. Garrett driving, scooping, and overlaid it. And then Julie ties up. And it's going to be Huskies basketball, though. And Julian Wise tied it up. There we go. Otherwise, I'll go down at halftime and get 21, but the roster I found thought had it all. But I need 21 in red. Hit me up in the chat box. I'll even say something nice about you. Probably. 8 minutes in, 18-13, Eau Claire North. Bob Radovich at hockey tonight, and we'll be at hockey for a pair of games tomorrow as well. Right now, live on Zaleski Sports, Eau Claire Memorial and Wausau West hockey. Get another device, watch both at the same time. It's real easy to do. And 3 from Ann Julie is good. Robbie and Julie. And Deb and Matt, Davis Winter, thank you. And Davis thanks you too. See, I said something nice. Deb and Matt are the best. Stolen away by Ann Julie, up ahead to Nap Gezik. Left-handed layup, no good. Offensive rebound, though, from, well, there he is, Winter. And it'll stay with the Lumberjacks. Seeing some of those early season hiccups, and they happen from all teams. But for the Lumberjacks here, a couple of ill-intended passes, some transition offense not coming through, and this one thrown away. Happens every season. You know, no matter how you've been through it, but it happens every season. And we got the high school, the freshmen in high school, right? Or freshman in college, you come back to high school the first time during the Thanksgiving break. Yeah, you come through and you shake all that. Well, they've got all their college gear on. I see UWL and UWC on there. So it's a reunion that first weekend in Thanksgiving. And how that theme works sometimes, and I'm not certainly subscribing to any of it, but you got the Blackout Wednesday. You all come back on Wednesday and head to get something to drink. You can figure out the rest from there. And then you hang out during the weekend with some of your old high school buddies. And then usually a year and a half after that, you never see them again. They're kind of gone. Maybe you keep track of a couple of them, but Like this group of 8 here, there will not be a group of 8 next year. Be a group of 2 or 3 probably. Here's Wausau East on the timeout. Huskies lead it here at home, 19-16 on Zaleski Sports.
At Nicolay Bank, we believe that our hometown communities are the backbone of what makes Wisconsin special. From Crivets to Manitowoc and Algoma to Grand Chute, you see a thriving community with Nicolay Bank working as a partner, acting not as a corporation, but a community. When we serve together with local entrepreneurs and leaders, great things happen. That is our guiding principle. A strong and successful hometown means a strong and successful Wisconsin. We are proud to be a part of that. Nicolay Bank. Real people, real conversations.
Whether you're just beginning your educational journey or seeking a new opportunity, we're here for you. At North Central Technical College, we have unique partnerships with 4-year colleges that allow you to transfer seamlessly to and from our campus, saving you time and money. With hundreds of transfer options available, the path to a bachelor's degree and a great paying career are just a step away. North Central Technical College. Start here, go anywhere.
All right, back here at Eau Claire North as we get ready for the second quarter, 8:55 to play. In 18-minute halves, it's the second quarter. That's how math works. Wiggly Field and Schofield Avenue in Weston, the perfect place to find great food or cold drinks for the whole family or for the team after a big win, and as I like to say, after a loss too. Sometimes that's okay. Sign up for Volleyball League. Stop by for lunch or dinner. Wiggly Field and Dome. That's Wiggly Field in Weston, which is east of Wausau. To make that make sense. Here's Napgezik on the shot fake. And contested shot comes up short. North defense has been pesky and been right on the money. That time defended by Zach Shipman. Napgezik went for the big steal. Now all 5 in red are back in their defensive shape. It's a soccer term. And 3 from the corner, holds them up, does Isaac West. Lets the crowd know on the far side of the court that he just put 3 more on the scoreboard. There's Kaylee moving, shaking, and gives it off to Anjuli from the baseline is good for 2. Anjuli's got 5. Underhand pass to West. A 3-pointer off the mark. Napgezik with the rebound. Quickly down to Garrett. Garrett goes 1-on-4. Garrett with some speed on the baseline. And thrown away. Another steal. Here's Shipman on the pump fake. Up and good. Shippy on the fast break. That was a one-man fast break. Steal and score. What would you say Shippy had in the football season? 8 touchdowns? Something like that? Yeah. How many?
8 rushing.
Oh, 8 rushing alone, yeah. Okay. He might have tossed one or 2 here or there. Yep. Shippy had a good football season. North did not qualify for the football playoffs, but a good football season anyway. Foul's going to go on Besson. Yep. So Elliot Besson picks up his first. Team 4th, each side now with 4, and this is Anjuli to the free throw line for a pair. To the Jamie Wenzel Serve Pro free throw line, call Jamie Wenzel at Serve Pro for the #1 choice in cleanup and restoration. Anjuli on the second, couldn't get that one to rattle in, and what do we have here? Going to be a loose ball foul on, or a lane violation, okay. I didn't see the foul, so that makes more sense to me. So Anjuli gets a chance at another. That one didn't happen, so time to correct it, and yeah, sometimes you just can't figure it out. Napgezik, once, twice is good. 8 for Jesse, and thrown away in the inbound, so the Lumberjacks get an extra possession here with 7:07 to play in the first. Schlinwine back in, 22 in red. In it comes to Kaylee. Now Napgezik. Napgezik definitely gifted on the basketball floor, fading away, and shooter's touch for Napgezik. You would say he got the home roll, but this is in Eau Claire. Just a smooth touch for Napgezik, for a smooth operator. 3 for Besson, rolls in and out. Napgezik with the rebound. Lumberjacks down by 1, now with the ball. Garrett, quick move, and a little bit too quick maybe on the pass. Lumberjacks survive it. Now Garrett, 3 on the way, too strong. Kaylee, nice box out and rebound. Up strong goes Charlie Kaylee, and the Lumberjacks have the lead here at Eau Claire North in the first half. First lead today for Wausau East. They trailed by as many as 5 here in the half. Here's Besson, and 1. Elliot Besson to the rack with authority. First field goal today for Besson. He's 3 of 4 from the free throw line. Fouled by Jesse Napgezik. Just like these players bring their best to the court, Ridgetop Exteriors brings top-tier performance to your home. Ridgetop Exteriors has the winning strategy to protect your home. Roofing, siding, windows, doors, and more. Visit ridgetopexteriors.com. And no three-point play for Besson. Huskies up by 1. Here's Garrett. Jaden surveys. Couple of crossovers. Now makes his move. Here's Garrett to the rack, in. Nice drive from Jaden Garrett. Handoff for Wise. Huskies circulate around the top. Now the drive for Barrows, too strong. Here come the Lumberjacks. And all the way down on the end line steps Schlinwine. The Lumberjacks turn it back over. Gust will bring it up and stolen away. Garrett down to Napgezik. Oh, look at the body position there from Jesse Napgezik. To the best of my knowledge, Jesse doesn't play football, but there you saw like a wide receiver, right, shielding the defender on the pass he knew he could catch up to, even if he slowed down. It was well done by Napgezik. So foul on Gust. That's the Huskies' 5th. Kaylee had to give it up in the corner. Kaylee, repost. Garrett dribbles around it. Now will pop for 3. Off the mark. Rebound brought down by Wise. Quickly the Huskies. Barrows, 3 is too strong. Offensive rebound for Gust. Back to Gust. Corner 3 on the way. Nope, no good. Ball batted around. Garrett comes down with it. Garrett to Kaylee on the run is good. Charlie Kaylee on the run out. And the Huskies will call a timeout. Wausau East, their largest lead of the first half, 29-26. Back for more basketball after this on Zaleski Sports.
The first tube was bent in 1968.
That was pretty good.
In a garage by our house. Shortly after that, we moved into a rented space in a machine shop.
Moving into this building in 2000 at 90,000 square feet.
So right now we sit at 165,000 square feet.
150 employees. Every day we look at how grateful we are to be where we are, but we never forget where we started. Here at J&D Tube Benders, we're a full custom hydraulic tube manufacturer. We can do anything from a simple bent tube component to a fully welded assembly.
And here we go. Hey, J&D Tube Benders. Just talked about them a little bit ago. Thanks for the support and making sure you get to watch this broadcast live and free right here on Zaleski Sports. Live from Eau Claire, Jason Zaleski, Colin McLowry. Game 2 of 2 for us. We're back for 2 more tomorrow. It'll be Wausau East taking on Superior tomorrow. Tip at 5 o'clock. And then the 7 o'clock nightcap is DC Everson, Eau Claire North. Gust, kick out, Shipman. Shipman, big bang down low. Yep, and that'll be an offensive foul. Put a shoulder pad into him, but unfortunately wrong sport for Shippey right now. Been a nice truck stick in football. But in basketball, you get a whistle on that one. And errant pass, yeah. Miscommunication there. On the run out, Barrows layup. First time Barrows has made a shot inside the three-point arc. He's got 11, first in double figures. Let's see here, 2, 4, 6, 7, 10. Nap Gezik. He joins Nap Gezik in double figures. Jesse's got 10. 11 for Barrows, and Kaylee in the lane, and we're going to get a foul on the Huskies. Coach Horn not in agreement. And a shooting foul, so Charlie Kaylee goes to the Jamie Wenzel Serve Pro free throw line. Call Jamie Wenzel at Serve Pro for the #1 choice in cleanup and restoration. First free throws today for Kaylee. Actually, they are in the bonus now, so and 1 for Kaylee. And that one misses, and rebound fought for, brought down by Vandersanden. Saved into Kaylee. Skip it over to Vandersanden. That one off of Vandersanden last. It's going to be Huskies basketball. A little discombobulated for the Lumberjacks after the missed free throw. Never really had possession of the ball. And we're going to wipe the floor a little bit under the basket where Kaylee took a spill. To see the largest holiday lights display in central Wisconsin featuring over 2 million lights, visit Marshfield at Wildwood Park. Open every night from 5 to 9, now through New Year's Eve. Admission is free. You just bring in a canned good or a box good, bring in some food in for a donation, and you get to see the largest light display, free light display for sure in all of Wisconsin. Bring the kids. You get to go to the zoo, too, while you're there. So you see the lights, you see the zoo animals, you let the kids run off some energy. Marshfield's Wildwood Park and Zoo. 2 million Christmas lights. Nice take there from Tyler Barrows. I will probably be at the lights on Wednesday coming up. Kaylee nearly got that one stripped away, looking for a passing partner. Finds one before the 3-second call. Nap Gezik works on Shipman. Screen from Vandersanden, no thanks. Now Kaylee, 3 is too strong. I may have mentioned before he's more comfortable from the inside. Or it could just be my memory. Either way. Here's a 3 from West. That's also off the mark. So teams trade air balls. 2:40 to play in the first half. Robbie Anjuli comes back in. Vandersanden will take a break for Coach Dan Garrett. Off the floor for the Lumberjacks is Aaron Gust. And in is Gavin Wise. Schlinwine stops in the lane and throws it into the north bench. You pick up your dribble, you got to have a plan. You're taught that from early on. So kids out there, learn from that one. If you picked up your dribble, that means you already knew why you were going to do it before you did it. Easier said than done for sure. But got to go in with a plan. There's West, taking a look around. Saved by Besson. And pass taken away by Nap Gezik. Up ahead to Garrett. Garrett's got Kaylee on his left and an offensive foul. North fans cheer with a little bit of Bronx cheer mixed in. They thought that charge on the other side a few minutes back was ill called, so they believe they're even now. Huskies lead by 1, and we're going to get a foul 42 feet from the basket by called on Jaden Garrett.
For the Huskies, number 15,
Just playing some tough defense there was Jaden. It's team foul number 7, though. Second on Garrett with 1:45 to play here in the half. And so put Shippey on the free throw line for a 1-and-1. First free throws today for Shipman, and going to earn himself a second. Mammoth Mortgage is your local, transparent, fun, and passionate mortgage pro, providing opportunities for low rates, hassle-free mortgages for buying or refinancing a home anywhere in Wisconsin. For all your mortgage needs, look to Mammoth Mortgage. And missed on the second. Kaylee Skies for the rebound. Napgezik, baseline drive.
Jesse Napgezik for 3.
12 for Napgezik here in the first half. We're tied at 31, 1:25 to play. If you missed our interview with Coach Dan Garrett at the start, we'll play that for you in its entirety at the halftime break. Nice take there from Gavin Wise. And again, you can watch any of these Coach on the Couch interviews on this YouTube channel or all over Facebook. Schlinwine stops, pops, hits. Second bucket today for Schlinwine. He's got 5. We play under a minute left here in the first half, tied at 33. Take underway from Aaron Gust is good. First field goal today for Gust. He has 3. Points aplenty here in this first half. 62-56, DC Everest over Superior in game number 1. They were around this number at halftime, maybe a little behind it. Not that you can compare. And the DC Everest Evergreens left the gym about 8 minutes ago real time. Took their boxes of Domino's pizza, and they're headed back to school, going to get a night's sleep in their own bed, and then come back tomorrow again for 7 o'clock tip against these North Huskies. Here's Napgezik to the free throw line. And as I say that, the Superior Spartans are leaving the building right now. Offensive rebound. Here's a 3 from Schlinwine. He buried it. That may be enough to guarantee the Lumberjacks a halftime lead. Maybe. It's a 1-point lead. Maybe not. 10 seconds left in the half. And a foul is going to be committed by Napgezik. That'll put Besson at the free throw line for a 1-and-1. Second on Napgezik. 8th team foul here in the half. Next Step Prosthetics, providing prosthetic and orthotics throughout central Wisconsin. Take your next step and contact Next Step today. Besson 3 of 5 from the line, and it will stay that way. Napgezik at the buzzer. That one rims in and out, and the Lumberjacks, though, will take a 36-35 halftime lead. As promised, I got a chance to talk with Wausau East Lumberjacks head basketball coach Dan Garrett. Here is that interview now. Welcome to Coach on the Couch. I'm your host, Jason Zaleski, visiting today with Wausau East Lumberjacks boys basketball coach Dan Garrett. Coach, let's first put a bow on last year. You had 5 seniors on the team last year. Just talk about the impact and the joy it was to have those guys around.
Yeah, those seniors really set the table and set the stage for what's happening now. Isaac Roswadowski and Caden Worth were on the varsity as freshmen. So they played for 4 years under me and really kind of helped set the foundation for where we are today. So, those guys, the success that we had last year was 100% because those seniors were leaders and ready to step in and help us get to where we wanted to.
You had what I thought was a very successful season last year, a regional final championship, which hadn't happened around here in quite a while. Mm-hmm. As the season went on, we here at Zaleski Sports, we had you as a ranked team. People across state couldn't believe that. And they would call me. I said, no, guys, you got to watch these guys play. These guys are good. And the ranking, I think, showed out. And the regional final championship, what are one or two of the memories that you had as the coach of this team from a successful season a year ago?
Yeah, definitely the regional championship, and watching those kids walk up the ladder and cut the net. That's something we practiced that week. So we practiced doing that, pretending we were going to cut the net and those types of things. So to actually have it, come to fruition was awesome. So that's a memory. And then, honestly, there was a loss that we had in early February. We had just, we almost beat Marshfield, and then we kind of went down, I think, the Madison Memorial, and we played well enough to win, but we didn't finish the game. And, it could have been a turning point for us, or we could have, been out of the first round of the playoffs, I thought, or we could have turned it into what we did. And I think we took that loss, and really turned that into, what you saw at the end of the season there.
Yeah, my favorite moment, I think it was at home against Stevens Point. You had a guy walking in the locker room with a bloody nose and broken nose, maybe it turned out, and all kinds of stuff. So it was a real fun group for us last year.
Forgot about that win. There were so many highlights, but that was awesome too. And we had beat them in 12 years, so that was awesome.
Yeah, it was a big deal, and your team was a great follow last year. We think they're going to be again this year. As a matter of fact, we think so highly of your program, and on the girls' side, that you're now part of our basketball series called All Access, where people get behind the scenes, and we're looking forward to that. I know there'll be some filming all year round, and people enjoy those shows as well. So let's talk about this year then a little bit, and let's start with the returning seniors that you have this year and what that group is going to do.
Yeah, everybody knows Jaden, Jesse, and Charlie. They know those guys, and they know the type of players they are. So we're obviously really expecting those guys to lead us, whether it be at scoring or leadership off the court, or, with their voices and things like that. But I think what people are going to be surprised with this year is that we have some guys that maybe didn't see a ton of time last year, or that maybe played some JV last year, that are really going to contribute this year, and they're ready to contribute, and they had a really good summer. So we're excited. I'm mostly excited for everybody to see those guys. I think what you're going to get from Jesse. What you're going to get from Jaden. What you're going to get from Charlie. Those guys have been around forever. It's going to be those other guys that I think that's going to surprise some people, and I'm excited for everybody to see it.
Tell us a little bit. You mentioned Jaden, so father, son, coach, and player. What that's like coaching. You got to kind of sometimes, I think, walk a fine line between that and. Because it can easily slip away. Guys can easily, claim things about the relationship. So tell us about that dynamic on your team.
I think, as a dad, I think we do it as a son and a father. I think we do a good job of separating it. When we're at school, he calls me coach, and when we're at home and we get in the car, it's dad. And I don't bring it. I don't bring it in the car when we're riding at home together. We talk. I talk to him as his dad. Hey, these are things that I see as your dad, not as your coach. So we kind of set that stage really early, in his life. So I think it's easy for us to have a relationship like that now, where we can separate it. When we're at home, and we're at school, we're working. So it's awesome to coach your son. I mean, some people can't do it. It's hard. It's not easy. But it's awesome, and to see him, kind of go through these moments and kind of be a part of those moments too, has been pretty awesome. And I'm trying to, as a senior, I'm trying to enjoy it a little bit more this year, maybe than I've enjoyed it in years past. I've kind of let it pass me by, and now this year I'm like, I really want to take in some of these moments. So I'm staying after practice a little bit late and helping shoot a little bit more, and those types of things. So.
Let's talk about the Wisconsin Valley Conference just a bit. Third place finish from a year ago. That made you the top Division II team in your league. So tell us about that, what it's like kind of sometimes playing among the trees there, and how those other teams get you ready for things like the postseason.
Playing in this conference is awesome. If you want to be prepared for the playoffs, because, I think every coach says this, there is no off night. In the Valley Conference, there really is no off night. Even the team that finishes last could beat the team that finishes first. I truly believe that in this conference, and that was last year, and I think this year even more so than last year. I think that it's going to be super competitive. You're going to see teams, from the bottom that may beat a team, up top once or whatever it might be, or at least compete really hard. You're not going to see a whole lot of blowouts, I think, in this conference. So, I think it prepares us for the playoffs. Not that we play lesser opponents, because we don't. We play, really solid opponents in the playoffs as well. But I think it helps us with the intensity that every night you have to bring every night in the Valley Conference.
Let's talk about some season goals in the conference. As we start here, we have Marshfield ranked as the #1 Division I team in the state. Stevens Point also in the top 15. How do you go about setting the goals for the conference, even maybe a conference championship?
Yeah, I think this year and last year, we said we want to try to win a conference championship. So that's our goal. Whether someone's ranked ahead of us or not is not our concern. We only control what we control. We can control how hard we play or how hard we don't play. So we're not necessarily worried about the other teams. We're worried about ourselves right now. And early in the year, we just want to get better. And then once we get into conference play, we know that's at a different level, and we'll take those games that way. But we're looking to compete for a conference title just like we did a year ago.
As the season progresses, things get thick and thin. What's the one thing? What's the hallmark of this team that when you need to go to it, this is what we're going to do?
Well, I think, obviously offensively, we have some guys offensively that we can go to in crunch time, like a Jesse or Jaden or Charlie inside. But I think this team is going to be a good defensive team. We focused a lot on it the last couple of years, and that helped us win some games last year. When we beat a Stevens Point, you got to stop those teams. When you're in games in Marshfield, you got to get stops, right? So I think we learned the value of that a year ago, and I think learning that the value of that a year ago is really going to help us this year. So that's really been a big focus, and I think what you're going to see is us getting stops when we need to get stops.
I'm going to ask you for another name, and I appreciate you've said some names already, because that's a danger zone for me and you. We say some names and we leave some out, and those are the ones that contact us to say, why don't you say my name? Who's maybe one guy that a lot of folks haven't heard of, but you think maybe has got some upside, some potential here this year that we're going to hear about?
Well, I'm going to name a couple guys, right? I know you said one, but I'll name a couple. But Teddy Schlenwine is a kid that, didn't play a ton for us last year. He got some spot minutes at varsity wise, but he's going to be a kid that I think is going to surprise some people. He's about 6'4", 6'5", very long. He can shoot the basketball. He can drive the basketball. He's a guy that's going to help us spread the floor. And then we got a junior coming in, Robbie Anguli. Anjuli. Robbie Anjuli is his name. Robbie's about 6'6", and he played JV for us last year. Didn't play a ton of varsity minutes, and a kid that works his tail off and is ready to contribute on the varsity level. So, the cool thing about I think what our starting lineup will look like is we don't have guys under 6 foot. Our lineup is 6 foot and up. So I think we're going to be able to compete with some of those teams, as you mentioned at the top, that are mentioned in preseason at the top. Because of that.
Coach, let's talk about, say the first 5 games of the year, roughly about 20% of the season is out of the way by that point. Regardless, you might be 5-0, you might be something else. How will folks, around your neighborhood and who are watching your team play know that things are going according to plan?
I think early in the year, because we're kind of getting some guys' feet wet. We may take a loss or two. We're not looking at hanging our hats on trying to start 7-0 or trying to start 5-0. We're trying to get better, and we're trying to compete. And I think we're going to be able to compete. I think when people are going to see us, they're going to say, hey, they're moving the ball in transition. They're scoring in transition. They're turning people over with their pressure. I think Wausau East is playing well right now. I think that's what they're going to say, at that point.
Talking to Wausau East Lumberjacks boys basketball coach Dan Garrett. We can wrap up with this. I'll leave you with the last word too if you want it. But last one for me, Coach, is just the community support, and it's such a big deal. The kids are the ones that are putting in the work, and you and the coaching staff, no doubt. But the people in the gym can have an impact. So let's remind those folks about coming out to support your basketball team this year.
Yeah, we're going to be excited to watch. I was stayed after practice a little bit with the guys today, and there was some alley-oop dunking going on and that type of stuff. And everybody that knows me knows I like to play fast. I like to score a lot of points. So we're going to be an exciting team to watch. And you're going to be pleasantly surprised with some of the guys you see outside of the three that you already know.
Coach Dan Garrett and his Wausau East Lumberjacks, best of luck this season.
I appreciate it.
Are you tired of being a boring old All right, and we are back here, second half underway with a Charlie Cayley bucket. That's a way to start it off here in the second. Get some first half scoring from you as well. I was watching the hockey game at halftime. Eau Claire Memorial 2, Wausau West 1 at the first intermission. 3 splashdown for Aaron Gust. So again, watch both games. Get another device, watch both games live right here on Zaleski Sports. As a matter of fact, we've got, I think we may have 4 or 5 games live right now. Napgezik in the air, sailing through. I was told the halftime speech had a lot to do with we got to play better defense for Wausau East, and that makes some sense to me. Clear pass. Schlinwein, though, came up empty. And Julie fighting for the rebound. Loose ball coming out to Tyler Barrows. There's Barrows. Back to Shipman. Left alone for 3, and that came off. That was actually Gust. Came up short. All right, boy, we get right into it around here. Garrett hits a 3. And then stolen away. Napgezik, he'll take a 3. Nobody came out on him, and he missed it. Boy, he had 2 Husky players right there. Nobody came out on Napgezik after the steal. There's Barrows left alone. Too strong. Offensive rebound, Messiah Lemke. He sat essentially that whole second half with fouls. A take for Elliot Besson. Yeah, Messiah Lemke picked up those 2 fouls early within the first couple of minutes and then didn't come back on the floor at all in the half. But he goes back to his starting spot, throwing away that time. So Lumberjacks, another turnover. They do, though, lead by 3 for the moment. Gust taking a look over Anjuli, didn't like that. Here's Besson on the baseline, got it blocked by Napgezik. Okay, New London at Mosney boys basketball. Nakusa at Port Edwards boys basketball. I mentioned the hockey. And Columbus Catholic and Assumption boys basketball starting soon. So we've got plenty of sports here for free on Zaleski Sports. Here's Gust. Wind up for 3, too strong. And rebound pulled down by Napgezik. He got above everybody on that board. Now Jesse, strong take, underhand, 2 free throws coming up for Jesse Napgezik. Halftime scoring looked like this. First for Wausau East, Napgezik with 10. Teddy Schlinwein with 8, Charlie Cayley with 8, Robbie Anjuli with 6, and Jaden Garrett had 4 at the half. For Eau Claire North, Tyler Barrows with 13. 5 points apiece for Zach Shipman and Elliot Besson. 3 points for Isaac West and Aaron Gust, and a made basket for Messiah Lemke, Jack Strabel, and Gavin Wise. Napgezik hits both. Three for 5 from the free throw line here in the game is Jesse Napgezik. And New London at Mosney. I'll take a peek, and Mosney leads at the half 27-20. Nope, leads with 10 minutes left in the first. 27-20. We get a foul on the shot attempt from Besson. So Elliott's going to head to the free throw line. Oh, I was right. 27-20 at the half. Second half underway in Mosney. Holy man. Hard to keep track of all this sometimes. That Nakusa Port Edwards game may have just went final. So I'll get you a final on it. I don't know how many Nakusa and Port Edwards fans we have on board right now. But we're all sports fans, aren't we? It's a score, right? And here's what you can do. You can go wake up tomorrow morning and ask your spouse, do you know who won the Port Edwards-Nakusa game? No? Well, I do, and here was the score. By the way, now go make me breakfast. 59-40 final score, Port Edwards over Nakusa. There. Maybe that's useful for you. Game coming up next over there in Wisconsin Rapids, Columbus Catholic and Assumption. That should be a good one. So I definitely recommend that. Again, Wausau West and Eau Claire Memorial. Memorial leads 2-1 at first intermission. Hockey just across town over at Hobbs Ice Center. Or wait, are they still playing at Hobbs? Or do they? Yeah, okay. I didn't know if they did hockey at the new joint or not. Here's Nap Gezik and 1. Give it to him. Give it to him. I don't know what it is yet. In some parts of the state, that's an and 1 all day long. Oh, they're going to call an intentional foul. Okay. So no shot, intentional foul, 2 free throws for Nap Gezik. I think Jesse'd rather have the made layup, but he'll hit the first free throw anyway. Yeah, in a lot of areas of the state, well, I mean, the intentional foul kind of overruled everything else, but it's one of our bones to pick with some areas of the state where everything's on the floor. Every foul in mankind is on the floor in certain areas of Wisconsin. It drives me batty. Crystal says Jesse does play football. Well, that makes sense then. That nice play he made in the first half. Kaylee on the twist around missed, and he tried to get it back, and he's going to end up being charged with a foul. Well, that makes sense that Jesse plays football. He's a hard-nosed guy. I would have him on my football team. Thanks, Crystal, for sharing. Also, Nicole. Thank you, Nicole, for watching the broadcast. And no surprise, right? I didn't make it to a Wausau East football game this year, so you got me. You got me. There's a 3 on the way from Barrows, and one of the few he's missed here. Schlinwine, cut off there by Besson. Now in it goes to Kaylee. Kaylee, defenses collapse. Here's Schlinwine on the kickout. 3, Timber! Teddy Schlinwine on the find from Charlie Kaylee. It's almost like they practice that. I bet they do. Here's Besson back the other way. Nope. 3, long rebound to Shipman. And he was fouled anyway. Or they're going to call the foul on Anjuli. Where is he? There's no 11 on the floor. Scores table said Anjuli, but they're going to call an offensive foul on the rebound attempt on Zach Shipman. He is the only 11 on the floor. Scores table was just assuming that the loose ball foul was going to be on Wausau East. Not today. Kaylee, handoff. Schlinwine just made a 3 the last time down. This time will take. Nope. Kaylee, offensive rebound, put back. Nope. Offensive rebound. Kaylee, reverse layup. Nope. And Vandersanden rebound. Nope. What is going on out here? Kaylee, offensive rebound, and timeout as bodies go flying as Wausau East called the timeout. We will do the same. Lumberjacks lead by 7 on Zaleski Sports.
Elite Auto Care is a family-owned business providing top-notch car care to the Schofield, Weston, and Wausau area. They deliver honest and professional automotive repair and maintenance services with quality ASE certified technicians that you can trust. Elite Auto Care offers the latest technology and is equipped to handle all major and minor repairs on both foreign and domestic vehicles. From general maintenance, air conditioning and brakes to exhaust, axle repair, tires, or just a simple oil change. Turn to Elite Auto Care, your local family-owned auto business on Schofield Avenue in Schofield.
And And that was Isaac West, who was sent to the deck by the contact from Cayley. And West able to walk off under his own power. He's all right, it looks like. I mean, easy for me to say. I know those sting. You get popped in the nose with an elbow, they sting for sure. But he was able to walk over to the bench. And it doesn't look like any bodily fluids coming out. Start a job making the money you need with flexible scheduling, a close-knit, fun-loving group, full-time benefits that start on the first day. Learn more at foundationfinance.com. And one, Charlie Cayley out of the timeout. And that's what happened when Cayley and West were going at it on that far side. Coach Dan Garrett called the timeout. I think he called the timeout before an official had a chance to blow a whistle on any potential foul. And again, there was no whistle, so there was no foul. And Cayley makes good on the three-point play. 11 points for Charlie Cayley. He joins Schlinwine and Nap Gezik in double figures. Now the steal. Here comes Vandersanden. Layup is good. Jed Vandersanden cashes in. Lumberjacks lead by 12. Huskies beat the pressure and taken away now by Cayley. Cayley dribbling, hands it off to a little more skilled dribbler in Jaden Garrett. Here's Nap Gezik to the rack. No. And it's going to be Huskies basketball as the ball was tipped around and eventually off of number 3 in red. All right. Things are becoming basketball in here. Find a great selection of RVs at Camping World in Rothschild. You get a variety of brands and sizes, fit just what you're looking for. Take your RV to the next level with Camping World in Rothschild. Check out campingworld.com. Get a foul on the far side. This will be a Lumberjacks foul on Nap Gezik. That is his 4th. And yeah, Coach Garrett's going to, well, they were actually going to get a timeout. North takes the timeout. Nap Gezik is likely going to sit for a while. Lumberjacks lead by 12 on Zaleski Sports.
The biggest name in streaming and the biggest name in Wisconsin high school sports broadcasting are now in the same place. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today for easy viewing of your favorite high school sports. Find games by season, sport, or school, then sit back and enjoy. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today.
Hi, I'm Karen from the Hearing House, and these are our grandchildren. Children are difficult to hear with anybody with hearing loss. And I know I would hate to miss out on anything they say.
Gamma, they're cheating.
Even that. If you're missing out on what they're saying, you're probably missing out on a lot more.
Love you, Gamma.
Aw, and they have important things to say.
Make your house a hearing house.
Back here to the dog pound, Eau Claire North, but it's been a Lumberjacks forest here in the second as the Lumberjacks led by 1 at the half, 36-35. They lead now 54-42, have opened easily their largest lead here in the game. North called the timeout. And the Huskies see what they do out of Coach Logan Horn's timeout. I think they called the play and they missed it. I saw Coach Horn a little bit upset there. After that inbound play developed, I think they missed it. So now back into the regular offense. And some credit there to the Wausau East Lumberjacks defense. And the blow-by from Besson, and it's going to be a foul called on Teddy Schlinwine. And again, as we left the timeout, Jesse Nap Gezik had picked up his 4th foul. So Nap Gezik, I would figure, is going to sit, depending on the score, going to sit probably till the 6-minute mark. It's about the time I would expect to see him be reinserted. Again, unless the score gets out of hand the other way. And a foul there on Vandersanden. It's going to send Aaron Gust to the free throw line. Gust 1 of 2 in the first half, shooting free throws. Backus Family Chiropractic in Rothschild provides personalized chiropractic care in a family-oriented atmosphere. No matter what issue your body is battling from, let Backus Family Chiropractic give you back the life you deserve. And Julie comes back in. Out goes Vandersanden. Merrill Steel, your partner for structural steel fabrication. Consider moving your career to one of the largest growing fabrication companies in the upper Midwest. Apply at merrillsteel.com. Gus splits the pair. There's Kaylee, and yep, got it taken away from behind. Nice job there by Barrows. Barrows going to be on the run out. He'll go up against Ann Julie, overshoot it. Ball on the floor. It's 2 free throws coming up for Elliot Besson. Besson shot that one falling down. Foul is called on Davis Winter. That's his second. Team 7th. So North in position here to shoot free throws aplenty as we come down the final stretch. Still 11:23 left. Nicolay Bank offers personalized banking at its best. Locations in Stevens Point, Wausau, Colby, Medford, Edgar, Merrill, and NicolayBank.com. Besson gets the second to drop. Lumberjacks lead by 10. But now need to find a way to score without Nap Gezik, who's going to be on the bench a while with those 4 fouls. And Winter looks inside to Kaylee. Didn't like that look. Now turns the corner. Here goes Davis Winter up too strong. And Besson comes away with it. 3-on-2 for the Huskies, and Kaylee's going to get called with a foul. And right now the Huskies able to take advantage and really rack up these foul numbers on the Lumberjacks. That's the 3rd on Kaylee. Team foul number 8, but it's a shooting foul anyway. And Besson hits on the front end. Join the team at Great Lakes Cheese in Wausau. You'll work in a state-of-the-art facility with excellent benefits, pay culture, and so much more. Join a growing company. Get your career on the right path at Great Lakes Cheese, greatlakescheese.com. Besson been strong from the free throw line. I got to count these up. 8 of 11 for Besson from the stripe. He's got 12 total here tonight. 8 from the free throw line. He's been able to get there often. So from the free throw line, Huskies chipping away at the lead. Garrett stops in the lane, off the backboard and good. That was not intended. But I don't think he thought he had the liftoff he wanted, so he put a little more flick into it and ended up banking it in. Hey, why not? Wise hands it off to Gust. Now Besson. Here's Wise, straight on 3. Garrett with the rebound. Here come the Lumberjacks, 3-on-2. Jaden Garrett to the rack and good. 11 for Garrett, 7 in the second half. Lumberjacks back up by 12, just like that. And they were looking for a dribbling violation, and ball don't lie. It ends up in the hands of Charlie Cayley anyway. Here's Schlinwine on the hesitation, looking in, and 2 free throws from the Jamie Wenzel Serve Pro free throw line coming up for Teddy Schlinwine. All right, let's check the hotline here. Nope, everybody says I'm good, which is surprising, but I'll take it. Second period underway over at Hobbs. Again, Memorial leads Wausau West 2-1. I'm sorry, third period underway. All right. Second from Schlinwine is good. Schlinwine's got 12. 4 in double figures for the Lumberjacks. Garrett, Napgezik, Schlinwine, and Cayley. And pardon me if you've heard this before, back to the free throw line go the Huskies. Foul number 9, that was the 3rd on Winter. Take just from either right or left of the circle. I just like that look a little bit better. Maybe I could see the rim better. I didn't have all the backboard in my way. I'm not sure. Or I'm just weird. That's very possible. Here's Wise probing. Now back to West. Up top to Barrows. Having a look at it here is Gust. Gust from the elbow. Now Shipman, 3, and he knew that was off. Gets his own rebound. Underneath it goes to Wise. He'll spin on Cayley. Kick it back out. Barrows in the lane. Got it blocked by Anjuli. Gets it back, though. And thrown through the arms, or the hands, of Gavin Wise, and a turnover back to the Lumberjacks. East leads by 16, their largest lead tonight, and doing it with Napgezik on the bench in foul trouble. I said I thought he would come back in 6 depending on the score. At this point, you can hold him out for even a little bit longer. Maybe now Coach Garrett's thinking about the 5-minute mark, maybe even 4.5. 8:17 to play now. But your lead is comfortable with your top scorer out. Garrett dribbling on Wise. Now comes inside, and Julie had the position. And Julie's layup is good. 8 for Robbie and Julie. He had it walled off on the low block. Kick out, 3 here from West, off the mark. Offensive rebound for Shipman. Here's a 3 back from Wise. That one no good. Cayley with the rebound and saves it back. 18-point Jacks lead. Led by 1 at the half. Here's Garrett. Good. Another good take from Jaden Garrett. And Logan Horn and the Huskies take the timeout. Lumberjacks lead by 20 on Zaleski Sports.
Power & Find has been based in Marshfield since 1955. And if you're in business that long, you're obviously doing many things right. We always focus on selling world-class products, backing it up with world-class customer support.
Working with Power & Find Business Technologies has been a pleasure. We have staff on call that we can call if we ever have issues, and the printer usability has been really easy, user-friendly.
Give us a call, visit our website. We'd be happy to come in, talk to you. Maybe there's a way we can help you save some money and work more efficiently.
Find auto repairs, brakes, tires, and oil changes all in one place at Auto Select in Weston. At Auto Select, you can expect dependable automotive repair from the experts you can trust will exceed your expectations. Auto repair has never been so comfortable, with a spacious, clean waiting room with refreshments along with shuttle service and loaner vehicles for your convenience. And ask about their 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty. For your next auto repair or maintenance, bring your vehicle to Auto Select on Schofield Avenue in Weston. In Stevens Point and Plover, at Auto Select, you're good to go.
20-point lead for the Lumberjacks here on the road to start the season. Again, Eau Claire North beat Wisconsin Rapids on Tuesday. Fairly comfortable margin. The Huskies find themselves trailing bigly here in the dog pound tonight. Besson down low to Shipman. Defense collapses on Shippey. Now back out to Besson. Besson drive. Layup is good. Good take there from Besson. France Propane, your locally owned complete service propane company. They've served all of Central Wisconsin for over 2 generations. Learn more at francepropane.com. Get your propane at France Propane in Schofield. Local, quality, family, France Propane. Jump ball, possession arrow to the Huskies. Culligan Water specializes in all your water softener, drinking water, water filtration systems. You can count on Culligan to keep your water pure and healthy with unparalleled service and convenient delivery options. So we do at the mothership in Stevens Point. Get our Culligan water. Hesitation from Besson. Drive cut off. Now taken away by Anjuli. Fast break here for the Lumberjacks. Anjuli up and good. Run out there for the Jacks. And here comes Napgezik. What'd I say, 6-minute mark? Yeah, how about that? 6:15 on the clock. No, I do not want to be a coach. Nope. Really like speculating from up here. And it's always fun when I get pretty close. Usually right on. Guess that's why you have me here. Strap the headset on, and you can listen to me, and I'll tell you what's coming and going. Tapped out. Back to Schlinwein after the missed 3, and the Lumberjacks going to call the timeout. Dan Garrett saw that one unraveling here a bit, wants to get his shooter, Napgezik, back in the lineup anyway, and we'll do so right after this on Zaleski Sports.
This holiday season, Abbey Bank is giving back to our communities in 2 special ways. Abbey Bank will match up to $7,250 in donations to support local food pantries. Our holiday wishes tree is ready at many locations, and Abbotsford is hosting a toy drive for the school district. Visit abbeybank.com/holiday-programs to make your impact today.
Does your roof need attention? Don't replace it, restore it with Seamless Commercial Roofing. Our process is guaranteed and a fraction of the cost of replacement with no downtime. When your roof needs attention, call Seamless Commercial Roofing in Marshfield.
$68-50. Lumberjacks coming out of a timeout. Nap Gezik will come back in. 5:48 to play. All right, I was off by 12 seconds. He went to the scorer's table at 6:15, though. I thought Coach Garrett, too, as I had said, you can rewind it, listen back. I thought he had an option, maybe wait till 5 minutes, buy himself an extra minute. How well his team played during that run, especially on the defensive end. That's where most of those points came from. Jacks played good defense with Nap Gezik on the bench and able to really expand the lead. If memory serves, he went to the bench with an 8-point lead. We're now an 18-point game, and Schlinwein just a bit too much. So set for Barrows to inbound, and so now the story turns to the Huskies. What do they need to do to make a comeback? Well, I mentioned this earlier. Get to the free throw line. 9 fouls on the Lumberjacks. Nice dish there as Landon Connect scores. Or I'm sorry, that was 22 West. So West now with 5. But get to the free throw line. You've got next foul will put you in the double bonus. And it seems obvious, right? But you score points with that clock stopped, and Nap Gezik had taken contact there a couple of times. And the whistle comes about 2-3 seconds after what the Lumberjacks thought it should, and Nap Gezik holding that left arm a bit after the contact. But hardwood floor is just that. It's hard. It is. It's a hard surface down there. But get to the free throw line. Just got to continue being aggressive. Drive to the basket if you're the Huskies. The Lumberjacks have played tight defense, but it's led to the fouls here tonight. So you would figure the Huskies should be able to continue to hit copy-paste on that. And that would be what it takes to get back in this one. The Lumberjacks here, though, are going to shorten the game. They're going to take some time. And Julie left all alone. The dime from Teddy Schlinwein made it easy for Anjuli. Here's Besson. Drive, kick out. 3 from Gust is no good. So no free throws that time down for Eau Claire North. So, but it looks like these final 5.5 minutes, that strategy unveiled another nice jump shot for Anjuli. On the run out here, Shipman. No, Anjuli with the rebound. But I had begun to think the strategy was to fast forward this game in the way of Lumberjacks hanging on to the ball, but now they throw it away, so maybe not. Maybe just keep doing what got you there. Shipman all alone, and the Huskies going to call the timeout. They're going to think about how to recover now 18 down. We'll find out about that and more next on Zaleski Sports.
The biggest name in streaming and the biggest name in Wisconsin high school sports broadcasting are now in the same place. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today for easy viewing of your favorite high school sports. Find games by season, sport, or school, then sit back and enjoy. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today.
Great Lakes Cheese in Wausau is hiring full-time second and third shifts with competitive starting wages and a pay increase every 90 days during your first year. Great Lakes Cheese invests in their employees. Apply today at jobs.greatlakescheese.com.
Selling your car to Dahl Auto is quick and easy. Bring your title and keys, and you'll have a check in as little as 30 minutes. Still owe money on your vehicle? No problem. We'll take care of it. Dahl Auto. Simple.
And we're back. Huskies coming out of the timeout, looking for a way to find the 18 missing points. And again, I'm telling you folks, I'll be the last time I'll say this, I promise, but they're all at the free throw line. Those 18 points are all at the free throw line. Can you get there enough? And can you make enough of them? But that's where it is. It's not likely to be anywhere else. They do come out with the full court trap and find Anjuli all alone. Boy, the last 3 buckets for Robbie Anjuli are going to be just as easy as if he was in the driveway by himself shooting layups. Good blow by there from Besson. And again, the run out to this one to Kaylee. All alone is Schlinwine, left-handed layup. Yeah, you're not going to be able to just trade buckets with the Lumberjacks. That is not going to work. Nice spin by Besson. Layup no good, though. 3 minutes to play. 20-point difference. Lumberjacks have matched that now a few times. That one thrown almost away. Besson had one tiptoe out of bounds. A little girl over here to the right doing stairs, getting ready for the next season. She's been doing that for the last 20 minutes. Actually, maybe a couple of them. Girl age 10. Yeah, all the way to the bottom, back up she comes. And she's been doing stairs for 20 minutes. She's going to have the best hammies and hip flexors in the whole 3rd grade. Especially the hip flexors, right? That's you gotta pick up your knees when you're doing stairs, and that's what burns afterwards. All right, now Geswick to the free throw line as we move back to basketball. Misses. The offensive rebound, Anjuli. Put back is good. Boy, Robbie Anjuli. Going to be a tough task this year in the Valley Conference. Here, go ahead and show her. Oh, come on. Oh, man. Well, that's too bad. She's doing stairs, though, so I'm a big fan. All right. Colin's saying I got to be done talking about that now. That's a lot of sugar at halftime, most likely. Besson, bucket good. And makes a pair. Twelve free throw attempts for Elliot Busson. 18 for the team, so Besson has got to the free throw line with regularity. But with 2:40 to play, it doesn't look like it's going to be enough. Nap Geswick will head to the stripe for a 1-and-1. That was after the foul of Isaac West. Team foul number 8 on the Huskies. And Nap Geswick earns the second. And convinces the second to roll in and down. There's Besson twisting, turning, came up short. Kaylee with the rebound. And Schlinwine and Besson help each other up. And they say that as Nap Geswick spun, he lost control rather than it being tipped out by Gust. And regulars are starting to come off the floor for Coach Dan Garrett, and they get a warm welcome from, I don't know, about, would you say, 50 folks here in the red and black that have come to cheer on their Lumberjacks. So they get a warm welcome. Anjuli and Schlinwine to the bench. And a few more are going to join here momentarily. 2:10 to play. And a whistle comes. Although, as I look at the bench, there are only 3 more in warm-ups down there. Right? Yeah. So Coach Garrett doesn't have a whole lot of options down there. Starters for the Huskies begin to filter out, and one of those three coming off the bench. Warm-ups coming off. Going to be Xander Klein, so Klein will come in, and that'll bring Jesse Napgezik's night to a close. As Garrett at the free throw line, 1-and-1 upcoming, and earns a second, does Garrett. That's his first free throw of the night. And the second for Garrett is good. Tap on the shoulder to one of the two remaining reserves for the Lumberjacks. Next in is going to be Brock Messman. He's at the scorer's table now. Yeah, this is the fun part of my job. After I get used to all the names just by looking at the faces, then I got a whole new group I got to figure out. And I've got a minute 49 to do it. So I'll take you to the end of the story. Spoiler alert, it doesn't happen. Dexter Rennick. Well, I thought he was going to head to the free throw line. Nope, this will be Caleb Stone to the line. Shooting two off the foul from Klein. So at a minimum, Klein gets in the scorebook with a foul. And here is, as promised, Brock Messman. And loose ball, going to go the way of the Lumberjacks. Final 100 seconds here of this one. Make sure to stay tuned. Post-game coverage brought to you by Merrill Steel. I will be on the floor with Lumberjacks head coach Dan Garrett and our Zaleski Sports Highlight House player of the game. So we get final buzzer. Don't go anywhere. We got a lot to talk about here with coach and player as we get Tech Load Her into the game. The final, well, or do we? I thought Coach called the timeout, but they are, what are they doing here? They're bringing Garrett back in the game, and Coach Garrett's going to call a timeout. I think that's, does he have one left, says our official? Yes, he does. All right. Timeout on the floor. 1:30 left, and we come back after this on Zaleski.
We are your trusted, local, affordable exterior renovations expert. Isn't that right, Bo?
Exactly, especially when we are working on someone's biggest investment.
Can you give us an example, Bo?
Well, there was this house. We replaced the roofing, siding, and windows. Then they left a 5-star review.
One of our thousands of 5-star reviews?
Exactly.
For your free, no obligation estimate, call us today or go to ridgetopexteriors.com.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now.
And we're back, and so is Tech Load Her. So Her in the game, 44 in red. Just had to solve a minor jersey issue, but he is in the game. So all reserves all the way around out there on both sides for our final minute 20. What a performance in the second half for the Lumberjacks. Again, it was 36-35 at the half. They let just 23 points allowed to the Huskies in that second half. What a turnaround. What a performance. And not to mention score 48 of their own. Now that I've done that math, I'm going to write that down. Yeah, outscored them 48-23, pending any points here from these 10 on the floor. That's a season opener. Football pass, bodies on the floor. There's a nice layup for Caleb Stone. Stone gets points. Stone cheering section across the gym lets out a cheer. Well, Lumberjacks going to start the season 1-0. Again, they will be here tomorrow, 5 o'clock tip. They'll take on the Superior Spartans, who bring a little bit different skill set. Bunch of outside sharpshooters and a big-time basketball player in Calvin Anderson. I told you now, 29 points in a loss to DC Everest. Be a little bit different test tomorrow for the Lumberjacks, but they will start the season with a win to the Lumberjacks as they take down the Eau Claire North Huskies 84-60. Congratulations to the Lumberjacks on the win to start the season, and this starts now our Merrill Steel post-game show. Consider moving your career to one of the largest growing fabrication companies in the upper Midwest and apply at merrillsteel.com. I'll be back momentarily with Wausau East Lumberjacks head coach Dan Garrett and our Zaleski Sports Highlight House player of the game, all after this on Zaleski Sports.
Merrill Steel welcomes you as you join us in a virtual tour. Our main facility in Schofield, Wisconsin covers an area of roughly 46 acres and is home to our company headquarters. From this location, paired with our facilities in Comanche, Iowa and Springfield, Missouri, we are able to easily fulfill the needs of the industry nationwide. With nearly 1 million square feet of combined space between our three facilities, we are able to take on some of the biggest and most complex jobs, making us one of the top 5 steel fabricators in the country. We employ the best of the best welders, those who can weld efficiently with both metal core and flux core, and who aren't afraid to work hard. We also offer on-the-job training, so even beginner welders can learn the ropes and help us build it big. As a backup to our dedicated weld fab team, we have a robotic welder. Merrill Steel is the 4th in the U.S. to have gotten one, keeping us on the leading edge of technology. With the combination of both man and machine, no job is too big to handle, but they'd have no work on their hands without our machine operators. Where our fabrication process really begins is here. Our skilled machine ops team is responsible for bringing in the raw steel. Be it sawing, cutting, drilling, or punching, they make sure the steel is in the correct shape and size for our fab teams. As an addition to the machine ops team, we've recently purchased multiple Python X machines. These handy systems have given us increased productivity, unmatched cut quality, and predictable and consistent throughput. Moving away from fabrication, we come to our coating department. One of the unique benefits of working with Merrill Steel is our in-house blasting and painting capabilities. Many projects require a complex coating system, and that's where we shine above the competition. We regularly apply corrosion-resistant coating in-house, as well as intumescent fire protection when needed. We hold the endorsement for sophisticated paint and coating from AISC. This, along with our NACE certified inspectors, ensure a high-quality finish for every piece. The loading and staging process, sandwiched between the end of production and shipping, is an important step in the fabrication process. Within a moment's notice, we are able to handle and place an entire load onto a trailer for quick delivery to a job site.
Right. Here in our Merrill Steel post-game show, Jason Zaleski here alongside Wausau East Lumberjacks head coach Dan Garrett. Impressive performance, especially in the second half. 36-35 at the half, and then you outscore them 48-23 before reserves come in the second half. Just tell us about that turnaround.
I think the second half is kind of the team that I was expecting to see. I think there was some first half jitters. We missed a lot of layups. So I didn't go into timeout thinking, I didn't go into halftime thinking, we're not doing well. I said, guys, we just got to finish some plays here, and we're going to be fine and get some stops, and we started doing that.
Jesse, foul trouble into that second half. He goes out. Defense plays good. Lead increases. Tell us about how the other guys rallied around that.
Well, we're a mature team. We got 3 starters who've played 4 years of varsity basketball. So when he went out, I wasn't worried. And that's when Jaden kind of took over and kind of led the team. So, I've been saying that we're more than just one player or 3 players, right? And we showed that tonight.
Superior tomorrow. We had a game here earlier. Maybe you had a chance to watch a little bit. How do you go about preparing for a team like that in a short turnaround?
It's just like the playoffs. You play Friday night, then you got to play Saturday night. So this team's used to that. We'll get back to the hotel here and have something to eat, and then we'll watch some film. But we're going to enjoy this one tonight, and we'll think about Superior tomorrow morning.
Coach, we'll see you tomorrow. Congratulations on the win. All right, guys, come on up here. We'll talk to Jaden first here. Jaden, I got you down for 18 points. So some clutch moments for you, especially from the distribution end. Just tell me about your game tonight and how you think everything went.
I didn't start out how I wanted to at the start. I can't let myself down a little bit. So in the second half, I really was trying to get my teammates involved and stuff like that. and I let Robbie sent me screens a lot, and I was able to kick out to Teddy. And so it was just a great game plan overall, and once I got comfortable, we were all set.
Congrats on the win. We'll just rotate down like this here. We'll bring Robbie and Julian. There was a stretch there in the second half. I said in the broadcast, you had 3 layups that you couldn't have had easier in the driveway, let alone on a competitive surface. Tell us about how your teammates were helping to find you tonight.
Yeah, I got to give all the credit to Jaden and Jesse and even Teddy. All the guards were really looking to find me all night and giving me easy buckets. So I'm very thankful for that. I had a little bit dead legs. I wish I could have dunked some of them, but, 2-a-days had me tired.
Get in shape later on, right? Yeah, because from now on, some of those have to be some throwdowns probably.
Turkey was weighing me down for sure.
All right, rotate down there. Talk to Teddy Schlinwein here a little bit. A couple big threes for you, especially early in the game. Talk about getting in a rhythm right away, especially on game one. They'd already played one, so getting in that rhythm right away and just being able to keep up with the team that already kind of shook off some of those first game things.
Yeah, it was nice because I had nerves at the start, so hitting a couple was a reliever. Yeah, got me into it.
You heard me talk to Coach Jesse in some foul trouble, and that's going to happen probably throughout the season, right? Everybody here's aggressive players, so Coach said it was experience. So the 3 of you able to keep not only keep it right, but grow the lead. Tell us about that.
Yeah, we have people that can come in that can distribute, and as Robbie was just getting easy buckets because the offense Coach Garrett puts in, everyone can get an easy bucket or open 3. Yeah.
Twice he was standing right there all alone.
Yeah.
Nobody near him, right? I was probably the nearest one to him.
Jesse full court pass was nice.
All right. We'll hand Jaden the microphone here. Let's come here. I'm going to clear the way here a little bit. I'll count you down 3, 2, 1. You guys who want to put something together, end it with I'm in the house. But if you want to talk about what that's going to look like.
Lumberjacks in the house. We're the Lumberjacks. Okay.
Say Lumberjacks are in the house.
Lumberjacks are in the house. Everybody says it?
Wausau East Lumberjacks are in
Is everybody saying it or is it just me?
Wausau East Lumberjacks are in the house.
I see something she said. Wausau East Lumberjacks in the house.
Nice job, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Wausau East and Superior, and then the 7 o'clock game is DC Everson and Eau Claire North. Have a good night, everybody. We'll see you then.